century AD onwards, simply a standard form of punishment and a standard form of entertainment. And that's the context in which Christians get thrown to the lions.
Today, Christianity is the Western world's largest religion. But it was a very different story when the first Christians emerged at the height of the Roman Empire. They were regarded as a major threat.
The Christians were monotheists. They believed in one God, and it wasn't the emperor. And they refused to worship the divinity of the Roman emperor, and therefore they were potentially very subversive politically.
The Roman response was to eliminate the threat. The most well-known case of a Christian being thrown to the lions is that of St. Ignatius, the Bishop of Antioch. He was arrested and brought to Rome to die in the arena.
One of the surest ways for an early Christian to prove his or her devotion to the faith and thereby gain the crown of martyrdom was to steadfastly undergo execution in the arena without renouncing Christianity.
In a series of letters to the Romans before his death, St. Ignatius expresses the hope that he'll excite the animals in the arena, so they will eat him in the shortest possible time.
When St. Ignatius says he hopes the animals will make short work of him, that of course reflects the extreme terror and difficulty of all these executions. It's hard to get the animals to attack. There they are in front of a crowd of thousands, tens of thousands of people making an enormous row. And they've been abused, their capture has been brutal, they've been shipped across the sea, they've felt seasick for days.
It's an all too familiar scenario. Using torches or hot pokers, the Romans would inflame the animal until such time it snapped. These public executions were popular with the masses, but Rome's intellectual elite was less enthusiastic. Seneca, the Roman philosopher from the 1st century AD, described the executions as massacres sine arte, or without artistry.
I think that's a pretty fair description. All you were seeing in most cases was a helpless individual being thrown to the beast.
But one such execution went on to be the stuff of legend.
One famous story involving criminal executions involves Androcles and the lion. This individual, an escaped slave, was subsequently captured and condemned to be killed by a lion in the arena. However, much to the audience's amazement, when the lion came onto the arena floor, it is said to have refused to kill Androcles, but instead have gone up to Androcles quite affectionately.
The emperor is outraged. He orders a leopard into the arena to finish the job. But the lion turns on the leopard and kills it.
The emperor demanded to know why the lion had not killed Androcles, whereupon Androcles replied that he had met the lion and befriended it during his period of freedom after having escaped from slavery.
And it emerges that Androcles had been in North Africa, and he'd come across this lion with a thorn in its paw, and he'd helped it out by removing the thorn from its paw, so that the lion was his friend for life.
The audience, we are told, was so impressed by this story that they demanded that Androcles be set free. And we are told by at least one source that subsequently Androcles could be seen proudly walking around the streets of the city with his pet lion, which had in effect saved him from execution in the arena.
One of the things the Androcles story illustrates is a storyline which we like very much, that sort of sympathy between human beings and animals. And it is there in antiquity too. It's not nearly so pronounced. The storyline they favor is